So my goal for today is to shoot you guys a proper vlog. A proper vlog.
What's a proper vlog?
A proper vlog is not just 2 or 3 fun shots of the family and then I talk about Jesus. A proper vlog is a video log of my day, our day, because 2 or 1. It's gonna be a good day. So we'll see how good the audio is on the new GoPro. May have to reshoot this, maybe not, but don't have a whole lot of plans today other than the fact of it's a holiday, so not working today. But mom and dad wanted us and the kids and my sister and everybody to come over for breakfast. So heading over to mom and dad's for breakfast this morning, which should be a pretty good time because my mom can cook, you know. Not having a whole lot of plans. That's what I want to talk about today. Not having a whole lot of plans. Do you have a game plan? Hey, did you have fun at Mimi and Papa's? Hey, do you remember the time we went over to my parents and we didn't stay too long? So when I say game plan, this is what I mean. I don't think you will ever find any football coach or basketball coach, any kind of coach of any sport that would enter into a game knowing that there's going to be opposition, knowing that there's somebody else who's fighting for the prize without any kind of plan. And I started thinking about it. How many days do we wake up with no game plan? Like how many times do we knowingly know tomorrow when I wake up, soon as my feet hit the floor, there's gonna be opposition, but we have no game plan. Like we think, like generally, yes, like we think, well, tomorrow I'll pray, tomorrow I'll read my Bible, tomorrow I'll have fellowship with God, but we don't have any sort of game plan past that. Hey, I got questions.
What?
Do you think that it's silly to have a more organized spiritual game plan on a day-to-day basis?
I don't know, because I don't know the difference between that and like devil chasing. You know what I mean?
I don't mean devil chasing, I mean the opposite.
Like being spiritually ready?
No, I mean like you don't watch a football game and think, oh, this side is trying to chase after this side. There's a goal. This side is trying to get the ball in the end zone. This is difficult for me because I don't know I don't know football. Basketball. Okay, so basketball players, their goal is not to fight the other team. Their goal is to get the ball in the hoop.
Okay.
But they do that knowing that there is a team that is actively trying to get them to not do that. So their goal isn't how do I attack this team? Their goal is how do I get the ball in the hoop knowing that this team is going to try to prevent me from doing that.
Yeah. Okay, so what's our goal as Christians?
To shine, intimacy with God, relationship, all of that. But we do that knowing that we're going to have opposition.
Yeah.
So do you think it's silly to have a spiritual game plan for the day?
No, I just don't know what that would look like practically.
That's a pretty good question, eh? A. So one more time for the vlog. A. Okay, so Shauna's mad at me lately because I started watching this YouTuber who is Canadian. Is that what he is? So who is Canadian? And instead of saying, you know what I mean? Or something like that, he says A. Like, yeah, A. And so I picked it up by accident. Well, I was doing it on purpose for a little bit, but I picked it up by accident. And so now I just say A. At least I don't say a boot. What are you talking about? Is that Scottish? What? Huh? Okay, so here is what I'm getting at. I think Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11 can give you some really good insight on our mindset and how things should be as far as our Christian walk and as far as having a game plan and things like that. Because Ephesians 6:11 talks about put on the whole armor of God, but it says something after that that is really interesting. It says put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. I'm about to get real blown out. Oh. Adjust. Don't fog, Lens, don't fog, you can do it. So first and foremost, let's think about this before we think about anything else. It says put on the whole armor of God. Paul lays out in Ephesians, he lays out the entire armor of God. He said God gave us this armor. He gave us the belt of truth. He gave us the breastplate of righteousness. He gave us the helmet of salvation, all these things. He said, I'm giving you all these things. Put on the whole armor of God so that you may be able to stand against the what? I am vlogging. He says, I'm giving you these things. And a lot of times we think about the whole armor of God and we're like, yeah, put on the whole armor of God because we're going to war. But I want you guys to think about it. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against that word, the wiles. It's in the King James Version, the wiles of the devil. Only thing I can think about is I be fighting the devil whilst I'm cooking dinners. And so at first, it's kind of going to seem like a catch-22. It's kind of going to seem like that I'm saying one thing and then I'm saying the exact opposite. Follow me for 1 second. The word wiles. Did I do it backwards? Wiles. The word wiles in the King James Version is a Greek word that means cunning arts, deceit, craft, or trickery. Long story short, the devil is out to trick. He is out to steal, to kill, and to destroy. We already know that. However, the devil's not gonna I don't know if the devil sleeps. I was gonna say wake up tomorrow, but I don't think the devil is gonna wait for you to wake up tomorrow and then be like, I wonder, and then like talk to his little demon buddies. How can we mess with Alex today? No, I think the devil already has a plan before your feet ever even hit the ground. Some of you may disagree with that. Some of you may think I'm giving the devil too much credit and all of these things, but I just stop and think about the fact that this is the dude that has deceived millions upon millions of people for thousands of years. If he is not cunning, if he's not deceptive, and if it's not planned, then it sure is a coincidence, and he sure is very good at just like on the fly being like, I don't think that's true. I think that there's plans out there for I think he has plans. I think that the Bible is clear about that. I said all of that to say this right here. The devil has a game plan. He is not going to wait for us to wake up to be like, he has it all laid out. He's got a plan. If Alex goes this way, I'm doing this. If Alex goes this way, I'm doing this. If he gets close to this right here, I'm really going to prick over here. I have this, and this. These are all mindsets. I know they mess with him a little bit. I'm going to start whispering those as soon as he wakes up in the morning. He has a game plan. Now, earlier I said our game plan should not be based on just trying to beat the devil, like the analogy of sports, which I'm not a sports kind of guy. But the analogy of sports is the whole goal is not to make sure that the other team loses. The whole goal is to make sure that you win. If you're playing basketball, the goal is not to look out for the other players. The goal is to get the ball in the hoop. So us as Christians, the goal is to shine. The goal is to be loved by Christ. The goal is to receive love from Christ and to share that love with everybody and to shine and be transformed into the image of Jesus and to look like Jesus, sound like Jesus, smell like Jesus, walk like Jesus everywhere we go. That's the goal. The goal is not for me to wake up tomorrow and try to defend my life against the devil. The goal is for me to wake up and pursue Christ. So that is the question. What is the game plan for me for tomorrow that I can pursue Christ to the best of my ability? I'm completely, deeply sold out, sincerely.
I'll go and burn.
I surrender all. Your sister is a mess. How do we wrap up the thoughts for the day game plan? I feel like I can't give you your game plan. I can't tell you what, I mean, I could kind of tell you what my game plan is, but I can't really give you your game plan. But I do want to leave you guys with this. Here's a good starting point. Take this, build off of it, and run with it. Write down a list of 3 to 5 scriptures that speak about and talk about a truth that really touches your heart. So whether it's in Psalms, I think it's in Psalms. Whether it's in Psalms where it talks about that God knit you together in your mother's womb, how he's intimately involved in how you were created. Or whether it's Romans chapter 8 where he says that nothing will separate you from his love. Or whether it's in Philippians where the Apostle Paul was talking about this one thing I do, I forget about my past and I press forward. Write down some scriptures. And the first thing that you do when you wake up tomorrow, read those scriptures. Get the word on your heart. That's a positive game plan. That's a game plan. When I start my day, I'm getting truth into my heart. And then as you go and you brush your teeth or you eat your breakfast or whatever you do, write down 3 or 5 things that you want to be thankful for. Write down 2 or 3 questions that you have for God. God, what am I supposed to do in this? And give that to God and be thinking about that throughout the day. Positive game plans, positive momentum. Try that and we'll see where it goes. I love you guys. Launch out into the deep. It's been a fun vlog day. Hopefully you enjoyed the vlog. It's been a fun vlog day.